They tell me what to eat, they tell me what to wear, they tell me what to do, they tell me what questions not to ask, they tell me what I need to ask. It's just so controlling.
I'm just hoping they will accept me for who I am and
For centuries, the Amish have lived according to strict guidelines passed down through generations, shaping every aspect of their daily lives.
I just can't be myself. Like, I gotta be what they want me to be.
These guidelines are rules specifically designed for Amish women, guiding their behavior, dress, and interactions within their community. How do these rules impact the daily routines of Amish women? Do they feel bound by tradition or empowered by it? Join me as we uncover the 20 rules that shape the daily life of Amish women, rules that have preserved their unique lifestyle for centuries. Number 20. Work while pregnant. Amish women are known for their incredible work ethic, tirelessly engaging in their daily tasks from sunrise to sunset, regardless of their pregnancy. Even in the later stages of pregnancy, they continue their usual duties without seeking rest or special treatment, and they do so without a word of complaint. In Amish society, pregnancy is not something that is publicly announced or openly discussed, and others avoid drawing attention to the pregnant woman. This cultural norm means that prenatal and postnatal care is minimal, increasing the risk of complications. It is not uncommon for Amish women to keep working at home or on the farm right up until their water breaks, signaling the start of labor. The idea of hospital births and baby showers is unfamiliar to the Amish. Most babies are born at home, often in the family bed, although emergencies might require a hospital visit or transportation. The way Amish women handle childbirth in such a discreet manner reflects their deeply held values of modesty, humility, and self-sufficiency. It also demonstrates their remarkable ability to endure physical challenges with unwavering faith and inner strength. Their dedication to maintaining these traditions showcases their resilience and commitment to their way of life. Number 19. Education. In Amish communities, education is seen more as a practical tool than as a goal in itself. Amish girls typically finish their formal education by the end of 8th grade, reflecting the belief that knowledge should mainly serve practical and religious purposes. Amish schools focus on essential skills like reading, writing, and math, along with Amish history and beliefs. Boys and girls receive the same education, but it's expected that girls will use their knowledge mostly at home. Although higher education is not banned, it's often discouraged because it can promote individuality and ambition, which go against the Amish values of humility and community. Instead of pursuing further education, young Amish women start apprenticeships within their families, learning vital skills from their mothers and grandmothers. These skills include cooking, cleaning, sewing, gardening, and child rearing, all of which are essential for managing a household. Despite the limits of formal schooling, Amish women are usually very skilled in the practical tasks needed for maintaining a home and raising a family. They gain a deep understanding of their faith, culture, and community's history through the teachings of their elders and shared experiences in their tight-knit society. This hands-on learning ensures they are well prepared for their roles within the Amish community. Number 18. Dress code. The Amish are known for their simple and humble way of life, and this is especially clear in how the women dress. Amish women follow a very strict dress code designed to promote modesty and avoid vanity. Their wardrobes are plain and straightforward, meant to emphasize these values. Typically, an Amish woman's dress is long, reaching down to her ankles, and comes in solid, muted colors like blue, green, purple, or black. These dresses are homemade, sewn from simple and practical fabrics, without any flashy patterns or decorations. The design includes long sleeves, high necklines, and full skirts, all aimed at keeping the wearer modest. Instead of zippers or buttons, which are considered too worldly and unnecessary, they use straight pins or hook-and-eye closures. The outfit usually includes an apron tied around the waist, symbolizing readiness for work and service. This uniform style of dress not only reinforces the Amish values of humility and community over individualism, but also helps resist the vanity that comes with modern fashion. By following this dress code, Amish women demonstrate their obedience to their faith and their commitment to a life that shuns pride and extravagance. Number 17. The tradition of bonnets. The bonnet, a distinctive and iconic symbol of the Amish woman, is much more than a simple head covering. It carries deep significance, indicating a woman's marital status, her humility, and her dedication to the Amish community as upheld by tradition. In the Amish faith, all women are required to cover their heads. This practice is a sign of respect for God and a demonstration of their submission to their husbands, following the biblical teachings found in 1 Corinthians 11. Unmarried girls typically wear black bonnets, while married women don white ones, especially during church services. For everyday use, bonnets are usually made from darker fabrics to avoid stains. These bonnets are designed to be practical and modest, devoid of any frills, lace, or decorative elements that might encourage vanity. The creation of these bonnets is often a communal activity, bringing women together and fostering a sense of unity and camaraderie. This bonnet making is a cherished skill, passed down from generation to generation, symbolizing the continuity and resilience of the Amish way of life. Wearing a bonnet is seen as a testament to a woman's acceptance of her role within the Amish community. It is a visible sign of her devotion, highlighting her commitment to maintaining the traditions and values of the Amish faith. Number 16. Their wedding dresses aren't white. The experience of choosing a wedding dress for an Amish woman is unlike what many are familiar with. Unlike the excitement of browsing through bridal shops, their tradition follows a different path. They don't go for the popular white wedding dresses. Instead, they embrace a unique tradition that sets them apart. Rather than seeking out pristine white gowns, Amish women prefer dresses in shades of blue and indigo for their special day. What makes it even more special is that these dresses are not picked off the rack, but are personally designed by the brides themselves. They opt for simple designs that reach to the ankles. What's fascinating about this tradition is its practicality. Amish wedding attire serves beyond just the wedding day. These modest dresses aren't just for show. They're often reused for other important events, especially church services. Sometimes, these dresses hold even more significance, as they may be worn for a lifetime. Some Amish women are laid to rest in their wedding dresses, symbolizing their lifelong commitment to their partner and community. The reason behind avoiding white dresses is intriguing too. White, often associated with vanity and pride, doesn't align with Amish beliefs. Instead, they prefer blue and indigo hues, symbolizing purity, faithfulness, loyalty, and their connection to heaven and eternity. Number 15. Not included in community decision-making. In Amish communities, the power dynamics are deeply ingrained in traditional gender roles, reflecting centuries-old customs and beliefs. Men typically hold the primary authority and decision-making positions, while women's roles are often more confined to domestic and supportive duties. Interestingly, within some Amish communities, there might be variations in the extent to which women are involved in decision-making. However, it remains more common for women to be excluded from significant roles in governance and leadership. The leadership structure revolves around the figure of the bishop, who wields considerable influence. The bishop is not only a respected figure, but also holds the responsibility of maintaining order and upholding the community's values. However, what's intriguing is that this role is exclusively reserved for men, symbolizing the exclusion of women from positions of formal leadership. This patriarchal system reflects the Amish belief in the divine order where men are regarded as the heads of households and spiritual leaders. It's not merely about making decisions, but also about embodying spiritual guidance and moral authority within the community. Additionally, decision-making within Amish communities often follows a consensus-based approach, where important matters are discussed among male members, particularly elders, before concluding. Women's voices may be heard in more informal settings, such as family discussions, but formal authority typically rests with men. Number 14. Amish toys. For children in Amish villages, toys are quite different from those you might find elsewhere. Instead of flashy, trendy toys, Amish kids play with simpler, more rustic ones that reflect their traditional lifestyle. These unique toys are often handmade from soft materials and are dressed in Amish clothing. They include items like miniature horse-drawn carts and plastic vegetables, which showcase the agricultural way of life in Amish communities. One interesting aspect of these toys is that they have no facial features. This deliberate choice serves a deeper purpose, to teach young children an important lesson. Amish parents and elders use these faceless toys to instill the belief that physical appearance is unimportant in the eyes of God. By removing facial expressions, they emphasize that everyone, regardless of their looks, has inherent worth and deserves God's love and acceptance. This practice aligns with Amish values that forbid the use of paintings, photographs, and social media. Consequently, the Amish do not have visual representations of historical figures or events, relying instead on oral tradition and shared memories. Owning a photograph or any kind of image, whether of an Amish person or not, is seen as violating the prohibition against graven images. Therefore, such items are strictly forbidden in Amish communities. Number 13. Rumspringa. Rumspringa is a pivotal time in the lives of Amish teenagers, typically occurring between the ages of 14 and 18. The term Rumspringa comes from German words meaning coming around, signifying a rite of passage into adulthood within the Amish community. This practice was established by Amish elders to ensure that young people experience life outside their traditional ways before deciding to fully commit to the Amish faith through baptism. During Rumspringa, most Amish teens step outside their insular community to explore the English way of life or the world beyond their own. There are no strict time limits on this period of exploration. It can be as short as a week or extended for several years. Some teens choose to live outside the community for a significant amount of time, not feeling pressured to return immediately. Throughout Rumspringa, the Amish elders emphasize the importance of eventual commitment to the Amish way of life and faith. Despite the allure of the outside world, most Amish youths return home after their period of exploration. The unfamiliarity and challenges of the outside world often make them appreciate the safety and support of their Amish community even more. For many, coming back for baptism brings a sense of peace. Number 12. Marriage obligations. In Amish society, marriage isn't merely about two individuals coming together. It's revered as a sacred bond woven into the fabric of their community life. For Amish women, marriage marks a significant milestone accompanied by a myriad of duties and expectations. Beyond personal fulfillment, it's considered a duty to God and the community. When a woman enters marriage, she steps into a role that encompasses not just companionship, but also the nurturing and preservation of their way of life. Traditionally, Amish women often learn essential homemaking skills from a young age, preparing them for their future roles as wives and mothers. These skills include cooking, sewing, gardening, and childcare, which are vital for maintaining their households. While the husband is seen as the head of the household, responsible for making final decisions and providing materially, the wife's role is equally crucial. She manages the home, ensuring its smooth running, nurtures the children, and provides the emotional support necessary for the family's well-being. In Amish culture, divorce is almost unheard of. The commitment made in marriage is considered sacred and binding for life. This commitment stems from their deep-rooted religious beliefs, where marriage is viewed as a covenant before God and the community. The idea of "till death do us part" is not just a vow, but a core principle guiding their familial relationships. Number 11. The obligation to raise a family. In the Amish community, women have a special duty assigned to their beliefs. They believe that having and raising children is a sacred responsibility given by God. It's not just about having kids. It's at the heart of what an Amish woman does within her community. In Amish society, big families are typical, often having 6 to 7 children. They don't usually use birth control because they view each child as a precious gift from God. Women take on the main role of looking after children every day, teaching them the beliefs and values important to the Amish way of life. But raising children isn't something they do alone. It's a shared job among the whole community. Relatives, friends, and neighbors all chip in, showing how closely connected everyone is in Amish life. As the matriarchs or female leaders, Amish women have a significant impact on their children. They shape how their kids see the world and how they behave, not only within their family, but also in the wider community. Through their nurturing role, Amish women ensure that Amish culture and values are passed down to the next generations, keeping their way of life alive and well. Number 10. Discouraged from taking photographs. In the Amish community, capturing moments with a camera isn't a common practice. both men and women tend to avoid being photographed due to their deeply held cultural beliefs, which have roots in their centuries-old traditions. According to Amish beliefs, posing for a photo is seen as a display of excessive pride and vanity, which contradicts their value of humility. Humility is highly cherished in Amish society, emphasizing modesty and simplicity in all aspects of life. To maintain humility, many Amish individuals, especially the more traditional members, steer clear of being photographed altogether. They believe that avoiding photography helps them stay focused on their faith and community, rather than on individual vanity. However, within this rule, there's some room for interpretation. Some Amish might allow themselves to be photographed if their faces aren't recognizable in the picture. Others may agree to have candid photos taken during their daily routines, such as working on the farm or attending community gatherings. These candid shots are valued because they capture genuine moments of Amish life without artificial poses or undue attention. For the Amish, it's not just about the photo itself, but about the act of posing, which they consider inappropriate. Number 9. Women can't become preachers. In the tight-knit Amish community, where traditions run deep, there's a distinct division of roles between men and women. Amish women, although highly valued within their community, are typically excluded from holding key leadership positions within the church. These leadership positions, such as bishops, preachers, or deacons, are considered sacred and are reserved exclusively for men. This tradition is deeply rooted in the belief that men are ordained by God to assume these roles, reflecting the community's emphasis on traditional gender roles and the preservation of their patriarchal structure. Interestingly, within Amish society, the role of women extends beyond the church walls. While they may not hold formal leadership positions within the church hierarchy, Amish women often play crucial roles in decision-making within their households and communities. They are respected as homemakers and caregivers, and often serve as informal spiritual guides within their families. Despite the traditional gender roles, there are nuances within different Amish communities. Some may be more lenient in allowing women to engage in certain activities outside the traditional roles, while others adhere strictly to the established norms, reflecting the diversity and autonomy among different Amish sects. In modern times, as the outside world influences even the most traditional communities, some Amish groups have faced debates and adaptations regarding women's roles, leading to variations in how these roles are perceived and practiced across different communities. Number 8. Engagement craft. In the Amish community, traditions for engagements are deeply rooted, showing how much they value skilled work and practicality. When an Amish man proposes marriage to a woman, he doesn't do it like most people in the West. Instead of offering a flashy diamond ring, he gives her something he made himself, often a wooden clock, to show his commitment to spending time together. This gesture highlights how the Amish prefer things that are useful over flashy things, showing their simple way of life. The wooden clock serves as a constant reminder of their future together and their love for each other. When the woman accepts the proposal, she wears a plain band on her left hand to show she's engaged. Then, they start planning their wedding while adhering to strict Amish customs and values. During the wedding ceremony, the woman's engagement ring is replaced with a simple wedding band, keeping with the Amish tradition of simplicity and practicality. This unique ritual underscores the Amish belief in modesty, unlike the consumer-driven customs of mainstream culture. By following this tradition, an Amish woman shows her commitment to a humble life with her future husband. It's a touching gesture that reflects her deep faith and unwavering dedication to the Amish way of life, highlighting their values of simplicity, humility, and community service. Number 7. Childbirth. Childbirth holds immense significance in the life of an Amish woman, both physically and spiritually. For many, giving birth at home is the norm, echoing the community's deep-rooted belief in the natural rhythm of life. In these intimate settings, medical interventions are kept to a minimum, reserved only for dire situations. Instead, seasoned midwives from within the community take charge, drawing upon generations of wisdom in birthing practices. These midwives, with their wealth of experience and knowledge passed down through the ages, embody the essence of Amish values: simplicity, unity within the family, and unwavering faith in the divine order of things. The presence of familiar faces, be it family members or trusted midwives, creates a nurturing environment ensuring the mother feels supported every step of the way. By opting for home births, Amish women showcase not only their resilience and inner fortitude, but also their steadfast trust in the natural course of life. It's a testament to their faith in God's plan and the importance of communal solidarity during life's most pivotal moments. In adhering to this timeless tradition, they uphold the sanctity of family and demonstrate their commitment to preserving their way of life. Number 6. The threat of the ban. Breaking the rules in the tight-knit Amish community carries weighty consequences, with the threat of being banned or excommunicated looming large. This isn't just a casual slap on the wrist. It's a serious measure reserved for significant breaches of conduct. Imagine, for instance, a member openly flouting religious principles that the community holds dear, or refusing to adhere to the church's ordinances, which serve as the bedrock of their communal life. Even disrupting the harmony within the community can warrant this severe action. When someone faces excommunication, it's akin to being cast out from their entire social world. They're no longer welcome at community gatherings, and even their own friends and family members are encouraged to limit contact with them. This social isolation serves as a potent deterrent, sending a clear message to all members, especially Amish women, about the consequences of straying from the path of righteousness. The fear of being banned underscores the collective nature of Amish life, where the well-being of the community often takes precedence over individual desires. This collective identity is deeply ingrained in the fabric of their society, shaping everything from their daily routines to their approach to conflict resolution. Despite the harsh consequences, Amish women demonstrate an unwavering commitment to their faith and community. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. In the quiet Amish community of Willow Creek, there was a rule that every woman knew by heart: never cut your hair after marriage. Sarah Miller had always obeyed this rule faithfully. Her long chestnut locks flowed down her back, a symbol of her devotion to tradition. But one windy day, as she hurried through the fields, disaster struck. A wayward branch snagged her hair, leaving a tangled mess. Panicked, Sarah knew she had broken a sacred rule. Trembling, she sought out the wise Elder Ruth for counsel. With a twinkle in her eye, Elder Ruth listened to Sarah's tale of woe. Then, she whispered something unexpected. "Sometimes rules are meant to be challenged, dear Sarah." Confused, Sarah hesitated, but Elder Ruth handed her a pair of scissors. "Cut it," she said softly. With a mix of fear and defiance, Sarah took the scissors and snipped away the tangled strands. As the last lock fell, a sense of liberation washed over her. Word spread quickly through Willow Creek, stirring whispers among the community. Some shook their heads in disapproval, while others watched with silent curiosity. But Sarah held her head high, her cropped hair a symbol of courage and a quiet rebellion against tradition. Slowly, other women began to question the rules they had always followed without question. In the end, it wasn't just about hair. It was about finding the courage to challenge tradition and carve their paths while still cherishing their heritage. And in Willow Creek, that windy day became a whispered legend of bravery, and the day when rules began to bend like the willows by the creek. What other rules were worth challenging? And where would this newfound courage lead the women of the community next? Let us have your opinions in the comment below. Number 5. Necessity of church attendance. Attending church is a crucial part of an Amish woman's life. In the Amish community, they hold church services every other Sunday, usually in someone's home, and going to these services isn't just suggested, it's a must-do. During these gatherings, which can last for hours, several things happen. First, it's a time for worship, where they praise and connect with God. Second, they learn about their faith through teachings from the scriptures. Lastly, it's a time for the community to come together and strengthen their bonds. Skipping these services is a big deal in the Amish world, and can have serious consequences like being cut off from social circles. For Amish women, these church gatherings are vital for more than just religious reasons. It's where they catch up on the latest news, support each other through good times and bad, and help those who are struggling. Apart from regular church meetings, there are communal meals, singings, and other events where Amish women are expected to participate. Through all these activities, they build stronger ties with their community and show their dedication not only to God, but also to their fellow community members. It highlights how important it is for them to be active members of their community and how their faith is deeply intertwined with communal life. Number 4. Cannot contribute financially. While it's not uncommon for Amish women to earn money, there are fascinating cultural practices surrounding how they manage their earnings. In Amish communities, women typically engage in various activities like crafting, selling produce, or running small businesses to contribute to their family's income. Traditionally, any income earned by Amish women is considered theirs alone, emphasizing their financial independence within the family structure. This practice reflects deep-rooted beliefs in traditional gender roles, where husbands are expected to be the primary providers. Interestingly, this cultural norm stems from Amish religious beliefs and historical traditions that prioritize simplicity and community support. Amish women often participate in cottage industries such as quilting, baking, or selling handmade goods, which are valued skills within their communities. The separation of finances not only upholds the cultural emphasis on male responsibility, but also fosters a sense of empowerment for women. It allows them the freedom to make financial decisions without undermining their husband's roles. Moreover, in cases where a family faces financial struggles, there's flexibility. If the husband's income isn't sufficient, the wife may step in to ensure the family's well-being. However, even in such cases, the money earned by the wife remains distinct, maintaining the cultural values intact. Number 3. Not allowed to use buttons. In many cultures, buttons are often overlooked as simple fasteners for clothing, but within the Amish community, they hold significant cultural and religious symbolism. Amish attire, known for its simplicity and functionality, reflects their commitment to humility and detachment from worldly trends. Historically, the Amish have eschewed buttons due to their association with military uniforms and elaborate fashion, which contradicts their values of nonviolence and humility. Instead, they opt for more practical alternatives like hooks, pins, or snaps, which serve the functional purpose without drawing attention to the wearer. Interestingly, the decision to use pins or snaps over buttons is not merely a matter of personal preference. It's deeply intertwined with the Amish worldview. Buttons, viewed as unnecessary adornments, can be perceived as a departure from the community's emphasis on plainness and modesty. Moreover, the fear of buttons popping off is a practical concern and a reflection of their desire to avoid ostentation and maintain a humble appearance. This nuanced approach to clothing reflects the broader Amish lifestyle, where every aspect of daily life is infused with religious significance and adherence to community norms. Number 2. No technology. The Amish community approaches technology very carefully. They worry that technology might harm their close-knit families and communities, encourage too much focus on individuality, and take them away from their spiritual values. That's why they stick to their rule of avoiding modern technology, and it's a big deal for Amish women in their daily lives. Although rules about technology can vary slightly among different Amish groups, the main idea stays the same. They prefer not to depend on modern gadgets. Some won't find things like electricity, phones, cars, or computers in their towns. Instead, they rely on traditional methods like horse-drawn carts and oil lamps for light. For Amish women, daily tasks like cooking, sewing, and laundry are all done without modern tools. They cook on wood stoves, sew by hand or with foot-powered machines, and often wash clothes by hand. By sticking to these old-fashioned ways, Amish women hold on to their values of simplicity and humility. This choice to avoid modern comforts helps them be self-reliant, work together as a community, and live life at a slower pace. It's not just about saying no to technology. It's about embracing a lifestyle that encourages being present and paying attention to what truly matters, focusing on their spiritual beliefs and staying connected to their traditions. Number 1. Distinct courtship customs. In the Amish community, the way young people start romantic relationships follows a special set of rules passed down through generations. These rules show the importance of being humble, staying loyal, and working together, which are at the heart of Amish beliefs. Typically, Amish boys and girls start looking for a partner when they're in their late teens. They often meet at gatherings, like the traditional singing events. At these gatherings, Older members of the community keep a close eye on the young ones as they mingle. Once a boy and a girl show they're interested in each other, they start spending time together, usually at night. This nighttime get-together is called bed courtship, or bundling. Despite its suggestive name, it's all about talking and getting to know each other while still keeping things proper. They lie on a bed, fully clothed, with something separating them, like a board or separate blankets. This way, they can have private conversations while still sticking to the community's rules of being modest and respectful. Throughout this process, the girl follows guidelines of modesty, respect, and keeping things private. By doing this, she shows she's serious about her faith and getting ready for married life within the Amish community. What rule caught your attention the most? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below.